Hello everyone, we are Dopas, a member of Atacap. Today we decided to record a video for you and organize a little road trip like this. We won't call it a test drive. Why? Because unfortunately it's currently fire season in China, and we simply weren't allowed onto 3 very good stretches of road. We had 14 cars. 14! There was no way we could pass unnoticed. We plan to record videos like this more often, comparing all the cars. So, we're setting off on a journey. We're driving in. Starting off, we have the BJ40. Joining the convoy today is the Ford Bronco. Yes, a Bronco. In total, we have 13 cars. Next up is the Deepal G318, followed by the Tank 400. Oh, another Tank 400, yes. We also have the Tank 500 and the Tank 300. Look, a Lexus is coming along with us too. Moving on, we have the Land Cruiser 80, the classic 80 series. Next is the Prado, then another Tank 400 and another Prado. We also have an Isuzu, another Isuzu, one more Prado, and a Lexus. Alright, is everyone ready?
So, Tank,
We have one Tank 300 and another Tank 300 right here. That's the start. There are 5 more cars following behind us, and they should catch up with us quite soon. There is also a Jeep Rubicon coming along with us today. We have another BJ40 as well, a diesel version by the way. Now I really want to emphasize a very important point here. You might ask, what is that important point? It is simply that we gathered a group of people where none of us were seasoned professionals in these specific areas. Things like off-road driving, competitive Jeep trials, and so on. So we decided to do this. Why exactly did we decide to record a video? Because we really want to show what happens when someone who is completely unprepared and not a professional at all buys this kind of vehicle, whether it is a rugged SUV, a standard city SUV, or even just a basic crossover. We're non-professionals testing this SUV to show what regular owners can actually expect. Will they be able to drive wherever they want? For example, if they go to the sea, out in nature, on vacation fishing, it doesn't matter. Just to take a drive with the family, have some fun, grill some meat or something else. Will they be able to manage a section of the road where there are these kinds of difficulties? Which can they drive anywhere, like taking the family to the sea or nature for fishing and grilling? We need to see if these road difficulties can be handled by a stock vehicle or one prepared for these conditions, regardless of the driver's skill. For these roads, for these obstacles. So we just organized ourselves, got in, and set off. Here goes the Depal crawling along. It's climbing pretty well. We drove through there in the Biji. It was a bit tough. Well, not for the Biji. For the Biji, it wasn't that hard. After the Depal comes the 400 tank sneaking up. Yeah, it's a bit tough for the 400. We can hear it scraping, scraping. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Ah, should have done it right away. Should have with a running start. Wow, a little bit on the threshold. It's okay, it's okay. We're testing the cars for durability. So it's fine. That's normal. Look at the climb. You see how with a running start, just like that, wow, a little bit on the threshold.
it's okay, it's okay. We're testing the car for durability, so it's fine, that's normal. The climb,
You see what it's like, right? That's normal. So the depot is actually going to go right here after all, situated along this bypass road, right along this stretch of the road. You really couldn't make it up. I certainly didn't make it up, but it turns out our budget is quite a bit higher than we expected. Look there, and there, and there. Everything is looking absolutely great. Everything's just great, really excellent. So it's about 400 over there, another 400 right there. So let's try to fly the drone up here. Vova, that is just beautiful, truly beautiful, well done. We managed to do it and we didn't wreck a single thing. Windshield washer. Take a look at this Putkender right here. It is a seriously big one, isn't it? We definitely need to get some more water onto the windshield washer before we continue. Now our Prado is getting itself ready and it is finally taking off with a really massive run up to gain as much speed as possible. Just look at it go, exactly like that. That is looking perfectly fine for us as we head out today. It'll be fine. Well done. Visit ChinaAutoHub.com to find cars matching your budget and specs. Our catalog also features motorhomes, modular homes, snowmobiles, jet skis, ATVs, and buggies. You can also submit an application directly on our website. What exactly was it we had? We had a variety of prepared vehicles. You could count them on one hand. Yes, there was the BG, which we spent about half an hour working on, and that's the one we were actually driving. Yes, that is indeed the BJ40, a 2023 model year body style that was officially released in 2023 with only 10 kilometers showing on the odometer. We invested approximately, I believe, 9,000 yuan into the modifications, if I am not mistaken, plus the standard maintenance. So in total, it was around 20,000 yuan. The car itself cost a little over 130,000, and then we put in another roughly 20,000 for upgrades, so that is exactly how it was prepared. The specific one we were actually driving. We are going to make our departure on the very last one that is available. Yeah, the BG is really something. It climbs and descends like a champ. We also had a Rubicon and a Wrangler. Yeah, those cars were, let's say, packed with a bit more stuff. There are absolutely no problems. We'll leave on the last one. Yeah, the BG is really something. It climbs and descends like a champ. We also had a Rubicon and a Wrangler. Yeah, those cars were, let's say, packed with a bit more stuff and were more expensive. And of course, we really must take into account that its model year was significantly older than the rest, which might normally be a cause for concern, but I can promise you that here there will not be any problems at all. I am absolutely and completely sure of that. It is honestly quite strange to see, but in the Jeep, specifically in the BJ40, we managed to climb all the way up this difficult terrain without even having to slow down our momentum a single time. So I am really trying to figure out what exactly is going on here because it seems to be stopping for absolutely no apparent reason at all, which is quite frustrating, but let's look closely. There it goes again, and there is another one, and there, and right there. It just keeps happening over and over again without any explanation. And I am just watching it stall repeatedly right before my eyes. There, and there. Next up, the vehicles we had were the Tank 300 and the Tank 400. Both of these were in completely stock configurations. The only difference was that the Tank 300 had slightly different tires. All the other vehicles were running on their original stock tires. What exactly is going on? It looks like the lockers aren't engaged yet. They are telling him over the radio, "Turn on the locker now," and try to pick up the speed a little bit. I am just translating. That one is mine, mine. Mine, 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 mine. He is climbing up the incline right now. That is the powerful 300 hybrid model we are watching. Let us see which route he decides to choose for this climb. My friends, just so you understand, the road conditions here are very challenging and not easy to navigate. Aha, look at that. It seems he has decided to take a completely different path from the rest of the group. He is heading straight into the rough terrain where the standard G318 models simply could not manage to climb up. But for a driver like him in this specific machine, navigating through these obstacles does not seem to be a problem at all. What we are looking at right here is the powerful 400 hybrid model showing off its impressive off-road capabilities. As he begins the descent, it is important to remember that you really need to be much more careful and controlled when you are going down a steep slope like this one. Moving on to the next vehicle, the Lexus was in such pristine condition that it basically looked like it had just been driven straight out of the showroom floor. It was clear that absolutely no one had even had the chance to drive it yet, as they had literally just finished putting the license plates on moments before we arrived. The Deepol G318 followed the exact same story. It had just rolled out from the factory. The plates were being put on right then and there, and it was essentially a brand new machine waiting for its very first journey on the open road. He joined us for the journey, and we were all riding in a Lexus 550. To be honest, I think the undercarriage of the vehicle was already in a bit of a sorry state before we even started, but wow, it really goes. Back at the base, everyone was laughing at the car, mockingly thinking it would not even make it up the first incline, but it proved them wrong and did it anyway, and just like our group, it deliberately chose the more difficult and rocky route. Just look at what this Lexus is doing right now as it climbs. I mean, just look at that incredible performance. Up until this very moment, the Lexus has managed to stay completely unscathed, successfully avoiding any scrapes or bumps, despite the challenging terrain it has encountered. It has proven its worth by making it through every single obstacle with surprising ease and grace. However, the real test is just beginning, as we are now approaching the most intriguing and potentially difficult part of the entire course, which is sure to keep everyone on the edge of their seats as we see how it handles the upcoming challenge. Yeah, as I am sitting here and observing the vehicle's movement, it is quite clear that the car is actually rolling forward, even though the brakes are being applied. It seems like the braking system isn't fully engaging or holding the weight of the car properly, because you can definitely feel that slight, steady rotation of the wheels as it inches along the pavement. It is a very distinct sensation where the mechanical pressure of the pads doesn't seem to be enough to counteract the momentum, resulting in this slow, continuous rolling motion despite my foot being firmly planted down on the pedal to stop it. You really need to take it very slowly and carefully as you navigate through this particular section of the path, making sure to proceed with the utmost caution at every single turn. It is absolutely essential to maintain a steady, deliberate pace and keep a very close eye on the ground directly ahead of you to avoid any potential hazards or obstacles. Just as you are trying your best to be extremely cautious with every step you take, you unfortunately end up striking a large solid rock that was hidden right in your way, resulting in a sudden and jarring impact that interrupts your progress. Come on, keep moving. Just a little bit further now, come on. There we go, right there, perfectly placed in that spot. Okay, it looks like it will go right here for now. Let's take a moment to see how it actually performs once we let it go. As you can clearly see looking at it from this angle, the incline is really incredibly steep, making this a very difficult challenge to overcome. All right, and here we go. And here comes the acceleration. It'll make it, it'll make it, it'll make it. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Should have gone a bit faster. Yeah, of course, these roads aren't really suitable for hybrids, but still, it'll make it, it'll make it, it'll make it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Should have gone a bit.
When driving at high speed, yeah, of course, these roads are not exactly suitable for hybrids.
But nevertheless, they somehow managed to get through it. Say what you will about the situation. Yeah. I definitely think we need a bit more speed here. It really feels like something's holding it back right now. Alright, after looking at the steep incline, we decided to go this way after all because we simply couldn't make it up that high ridge over there. It's just not letting us pass through that section at all. There we go, we just drove right over a large rock, but everything seems to be all good now. The second car actually managed to make it up the slope successfully. Come on, keep moving, come on, you can do it, come on. Looking back, there was one specific Leopard, a Leopard 5. To be clear, this is the standard 2024 model we are looking at here, not the newly updated version that was released recently. In addition to that, this particular vehicle just came out of the dealership showroom quite recently. Literally, it's only been about a year or maybe a year and a half that he's been driving it around, right? And it's completely stock with no modifications or anything done to it at all. Now, the second Leopard 5 that we had was fully prepared. Yes, the entire suspension system was changed out, including the struts, the tires, and even a snorkel. So, moving on to the next Leopard, another Leopard 5. This is the older model, which basically means it is the very first version that was released. All right, everyone, let's go. Come on, let's get moving right now. Gasoline. In regards to this particular matter, it is important to recognize that what we are looking at right here serves as another significant example that contributes to our overall understanding of the situation at hand.
This does not represent a significant barrier or a major hurdle in any way, shape, or form, and it certainly should not be viewed as a limitation.
We did encounter a bit of a problem earlier on, but I am happy to say that everything is going well now. In fact, it's going very well, and we are making great progress on every single aspect of the project as we move forward. Whoa, 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 just a bit, just a bit. It's very high and leaning a lot. Chose a tough path. This wheel is hanging. Now the driver will change. More experienced ones.
This individual is someone who regularly takes part in high-stakes professional competition, so he has developed the mental fortitude to remain composed under pressure. And now, because of that extensive experience, he will be able to calmly and professionally handle this specific situation without any panic. At this point, we are going to very slowly and carefully make our way out of here to ensure everything remains safe. That is pretty much the entire process from start to finish, and everything has gone exactly according to the plan we laid out earlier today.
Everything will go smoothly now. Everything is looking absolutely great. Let's take a moment to watch. Everything's truly great. With just a small initial investment and about another $20,000 into it, that is exactly how it has been prepared, which is what we were actually driving today. The main thing is to always have the right driver behind the wheel. Awesome. Next up on the list, we have an Isuzu. Our Isuzu is a diesel engine and it is also slightly modified. It features new tires, a custom chassis, and an upgraded suspension system. Tires, chassis, and the suspension, well, actually the suspension, not the chassis, just the suspension. Yes, that's it. A 3-liter diesel engine made in Japan, not in China. Let's see how it goes. It went the same way as our previous one.
The Paul made it up right there.
Exactly right where we did. Yeah, it is perfectly fine. It's not hard for it here. Good old diesel.
Next up on our list is...
We have the Prado going. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It's moving, it's moving. Against all odds, they finally and successfully made it. They made it. Struggled a little, but made it. The Prado was, I think, on stock tires. Its tires are actually a bit different from what we usually see. Next up, we have the Toyota Prado going for it. Oh, look at that. It is really going sideways now, but yeah, it's totally fine. It's doing just fine. It is still moving. It's definitely moving forward. It made it. It actually made it through. It struggled quite a bit there, but it eventually made it. The Prado was, I think, running on basic stock tires. Its tires, wheels, and the entire suspension setup are a bit different than the others. The suspension and wheels were the only things changed. That is really all. This Toyota Prado is nice and easy. Now, for the legendary 80 series, are you there and ready to go?
You are going to see every single detail laid out within this video. Please understand that everything was meticulously prepared and organized in advance, appearing exactly like that for your viewing, just as we intended for the final presentation.
You can simply just get in and go without a single worry in the world. Here, you really don't ever need to worry about the condition of the tires. You can clearly see everything for yourselves right here, and it all looks great, right? It makes a difference when you have the chance to inspect every detail with your own eyes. NUB, the legendary 80 series is finally here and ready to roll. Everyone get ready and buckle up because the 80 series is about to begin, so let's go. Right from the very beginning of this incredible session, everything is going to go down right now. We are all standing by and watching closely to see exactly what is going to happen next in this amazing moment.
Actually, we're keeping a very close eye on them right now. Tuem and Mevin Hera.
The Ford Bronco was exactly the same. A brand new car. You'll even see it in the video. It doesn't have license plates yet because it just take a look at this Ford Bronco. The Ford Bronco was also an entirely brand new vehicle. By the way, you will even notice it in the video. It currently doesn't have any license plates because it was just recently purchased from the dealership. Here it is, the undisputed king of the road, so to speak.
Just like they say, it's crawling, crawling, and scraping. Then it just suddenly flew up. The Ford Bronco just soared high into the air, showing off its incredible power and grace. Now, it is repositioning itself to prepare for another intense, high-speed run-up across the terrain. Honestly, my friends, watching this performance makes me realize that I have also been wanting to get behind the wheel and experience this kind of thrill for myself today.
I also really wanted to tell you that back when we first started working with cars, which was in 2021, about 6 years ago, we used to regularly send our valued customers these specific kinds of thoughtful gifts. We send gifts like tents, chairs, and tables, basically all the camping gear. People laughed then and asked why we sent it, but now times have changed and everyone is asking us to send it. Yes, you can buy all of this from us. We have everything for camping, fishing, hunting, off roading, and so on. Even simple things like these little chairs. You just sit down once and that's it. Please, we have all of that here and we can send it all, including, by the way, car tuning, winches, lights, spotlights. In other words, absolutely everything. Roof racks, ladders, tanks, and everything else you might need. Car tuning, winches, lights, spotlights, so absolutely everything. Roof racks, ladders, tanks, and anything else you need. Tires, alloy wheels, rims. We can send all of this from China right from here, no problem. We have it all. Come on, let me show you what we have. Any alloy wheels, any tires, any size for any purpose, mud tires, hooks, winches, cables, protection, front grills, tuning parts like struts, suspension, roof racks, awnings, tents. In short, we have all of these items available. So, whatever you need, even shovels, you can just take a look at these right here. So, what did we try to pay attention to when we were driving all those tech vehicles? Each driver was watching how he handled things, or rather, how his car, not him, but his car, handled the obstacles, the deep pits, rocks, climbs, descents, and so on. Why? For some cars, those we were confident would just breeze through, they didn't actually do it. But why? I'll say it again. Our drivers weren't professionals. The drivers were just regular people like you and me. We all just got in and went to test the cars we own, so we were watching to see how the car would handle each obstacle. But for some reason, my biggest disappointment was with why can't you compare the driver and the car? It is not about the car, but about the driver. That is what was missing before, of course. Why can't you compare them here? Even if you put a professional behind the wheel of a simple, unmodified car, he could drive through, but he would likely dent or damage it, maybe even flip it over. Sure, there were places where he would not be able to get through at all, no doubt about it. But in those places where an average everyday driver would slow down a bit, an experienced driver would have made it through in the exact same type of vehicle. But I'll say it again, the primary and most important objective of this event was to show the capabilities of cars in their standard configuration and to compare them with vehicles that had been specially prepared for these conditions. As for the damage, when we returned to the base, which is actually where we are now, the following damages were carefully documented and identified. The Deepal G318 during Despite a minor dent, the Lexus performed well. Just pick the one for your needs. Think about which car you really want, which one suits your personal taste, and which one you love, whether it's the interior or exterior design or any other features you need. We're not saying which is better or worse, we're just discussing that all of these cars are good. It's entirely up to you to decide how to choose. Let us know in the comments which car from the video you like the most. If you want more videos like this, or if you want to see more cars in these kinds of car runs or rallies, let us know and we'll do our very best to make them. We always try our best. Everything we do is for you. So please don't forget to give us a big thumbs up. Share our videos with more people, Yaden, and recommend us to your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.